Right, I can't believe the events that I've just seen transpire today inside Tesco's. Anyway, I've gone to a bigger Tesco because obviously there doesn't seem a lot of stock of certain types of foods, and obviously prices vary. Anyway, there were people like queuing up because obviously at a certain time what they do is that they reduce the price of the foods to the yellow sticker so it's cheap. Which is fair enough. Next minute I'm looking, and next minute people just fighting over the food of the. It's like they were tearing apart. Like it was almost like watching a lion tearing apart a carcass of a gazelle, and the people were just literally just fighting over the food. I mean, I saw some people. They saw what I saw, and they were looking at me, shaking their heads, and the staff just looking to say like what the hell is going on, and it's the utter greed. Now look, don't get me wrong. I know, especially in the UK, and I know this is happening around the world where people are struggling with the price increases, food prices going up, and then obviously there's a lack of some foods to buy. Like for example, oil's kind of gone up. It's difficult to get eggs now and even certain vegetables. So I get that. So, and then obviously to what you earn, whether it's you're on benefits or you're on a low pay job, I get that people are struggling. Because I'm in that position myself. But to fight over food to the way they're fighting over it, to me it's utter complete greed, and it's absolutely disgraceful. We saw a similar thing like this happening when we had the lockdown, when we had at least 2 or 3 lockdowns, and again people were fighting over the food, and then to a point where there were certain things that were available like toilet paper and certain other things that people use that need to use. Now, and then what ended up happening is that people who were working on an NHS, obviously they're working long hours, didn't get a chance to sit there to buy anything. And then you had, again, the elderly, exactly the same thing, don't have a chance to sit there again because of the empty shelves. And all because people are greedy. Now, I get, there's a fear of like starving and stuff, but there's more. If people had any sense of decency, there is enough food to go around. Now, when this was going on with during the lockdown, yeah, there were certain foods that I bought more of. So yeah, I bought more sugar and then flour and bread and stuff like that. But I didn't go overboard. I bought instead of maybe buying one, maybe you bought 2. I mean, I had the decency to say to myself, you know what? Yes, I'm gonna need to buy more, but other people need the stuff as well as me, so I'm not gonna sit there being greedy and take it all for myself. Like you saw what people were doing, and so the people were fighting over it, as I said, as to what they were doing in there in the Tesco's. And then you're seeing like one person just like hogging a whole load of things, another person hogging it, and then you're not giving anybody else a chance to sit there to take advantage of the price cuts on the food. Obviously they cut foods down because they've got today's date in it, and then you could easily freeze some of the products, which is probably what some of them are going to do and what anyone else is going to do. But there doesn't seem to be any in this world. There's no decency in this world, and it's just pure greed, and people's pure greed comes out of their nature. Similar thing where and thing like now, like with the football, like in like Qatar, and all these people, like the footballers and people on all their ilk, come out and say, oh, to what the country's doing is bad and blah blah blah, and what they're gonna do, and then you've got like the big companies are sponsoring it. Well, some of them have decided not to, and you've got people say like FIFA that pretend like, oh, like they care about this, that, and the other, and they don't give a toss. All they care, once again, it's greed, because all they care about is the money and the prestige that they're gonna make from it. So it's all about using people to get what they want, all because they just want to make money, and it's all about greed. And even when some of these footballers say, oh, when it's all finished, that they what they're gonna do, they're not, on all these commentators and celebrities, they're not gonna do crap. And it's going to be the same old problem, because we hear the same old thing where in this world where people are struggling and people need help, and then and it's always the poorer get poorer and then the rich get richer. And it's what I've always been going on about how this world is that this world is just built upon power and greed, and then people just want more and more power and more greed. And for me, I'm gonna be honest, I'm just sick of the way that people are just behaving. I've just lost total trust in humanity now, where people are just absolutely just greedy, and there's no sense of camaraderie. Maybe with me it's more to do with like the way I've been raised and stuff, but as I said, I've just lost faith in people. So yeah, absolute disgraceful events that I've just seen at my local Tesco's, and it's not going to change anytime soon, especially with it coming up to Christmas. So yeah, rant over.